Stereotypes of males with long hair. What the Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Thomas if you're brand new, and yes, that is a hamburger telephone. Alright, so if you're brand new here, I make style and hair related videos, mainly for men with long hair. So if that's your kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button too, because it really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm and create more content like this. Okay, in today's video, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet for now. We're just looking at male stereotypes with long hair. It has occurred to me after the Man Buns and Mains group and just scrolling on Instagram and being in the community in general, these stereotypes are very dominant and we see them all throughout the media, whether it be famous Instagrammers, famous celebrities. I don't really give an F word about labels. I just think it's funny that society puts these labels on everything, and I thought it would be funny to go and have a look at them all today, okay? So I've listed 8 that I really see, and I've listed the characteristics and who I think matches it. Really excited to get into it, okay? So without further ado, let's get into these stereotypes. Okay, so stereotype number 1, the trendy gay guy. Who is the trendy gay guy? Let's have a look. Usually super high energy with a bit of sass. The life of the party and everyone just loves him. Super stylish when it comes to his clothing. Well groomed from the hair to the skin to the shoes. Does his own thing even if most people won't approve. Where do we see this one? Classic example, if we're talking famous people, I would say Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye. He is one of the most memorable characters on there, not just because of his long flowing hair, but he's just got this vivaciousness about him, and I feel like he fits the stereotype very well. I feel like I also really fit this stereotype too, particularly because you guys know I always show you my hair care routines, I always show you my fashion, I've shown you my shoe closet, I've even shown you my skincare ranges. Everything that I do, I show you, right? Actually, speaking of skincare routines, I did just want to give a really quick shout out to Tish Hanley. So for those of you who don't know, Tish Hanley are an amazing skincare company that make products specifically designed for men's skincare needs, and I've teamed up with them today in this video to sponsor it because their level 3 system has seriously helped me simplify my skincare by 10-fold. It literally should have been called the level 10 if you ask me. So I've been using Tish Hanley products for over a year now. I think the first time I got my hands on their products was in December of 2018, and I'm still going strong with them. Not only has my skin become clearer, brighter, and smoother, but my mornings have gotten less tedious, and I can take really good care of my skin in just a few simple steps. If you're already thinking that you need a bit of this in your life, you can get an amazing discount on your Tish Hanley system as well by clicking the link in the description box, okay? Close up. You're welcome. No, but honestly, if you want fuss-free skincare routines that take 2 minutes with minimal products that won't overwhelm you because you have no flippin' idea what to do with any of them, clear instructions that guide you through the whole process and have it delivered to your door at an affordable price, then you seriously need to check out that link in my description box, okay? The level 1 system is just for beginners who want the basics, and the levels 2 and 3, it's kind of like an upgrade for guys that are ready to take their skincare to the next level. Also, members get free shipping in the US, and you can change and cancel your subscription whenever you like, which is very uncomplicated. How tease of them. Now, where were we? Let's get back to the next stereotype. Okay, moving on to stereotype number 2. The pretty guy who you thought was gay but isn't gay. I love this stereotype as well. So typical characteristics of this guy is gorgeous hair as well, cares about his appearance like a lot, maybe a little too much, takes a lot of photos of himself, looks manly but still pretty somehow. Where do we see this stereotype in the mainstream media? Well, back in the day, when my parents were younger, or maybe my age, or even younger than I am, Fabio was a big thing. Everyone seems to know who Fabio is. He's not that famous now, but if you ask your mum or your dad, who is Fabio? They'll go, I know who Fabio is. He was like the pinnacle of what a beautiful long-haired male looked like. Like, he was the first trendsetter of this whole thing. And he was in a lot of commercials, a couple of cheesy things. He did modeling. He's just an all-round cool guy. I think he was classed as like the prettiest man alive at one stage, but he is now old and I still love him. He was actually in a Trisha Paytas video clip not long ago, which I thought was really cool too. I think Fabio as well, like back in that day, I think a lot of people were like, you're gay, just because he was quite feminine and quite like, oh, I'm so pretty. I mean, nowadays, nobody would blink twice. And I think he's actually straight. I think he's got children and had a wife or something. So I don't think Fabio is gay. The other person that I thought really matched this stereotype as well was Greg Basinski from Beard Brand. Not that I don't think everyone thinks Greg's gay. I don't think he gives off that vibe. I've never seen any tabloids say that. And he's got a son, so he's clearly not gay. But he's another one that he's so like there on Instagram. Like he's got so many selfies, and so he looks very pretty, and you can tell with his salt and pepper hair he's an older guy. Kind of gives me hope of like, cool, even when I'm 50 or however old he is, I can be on Instagram doing stuff. I kind of, when I think of Instagram, think like young kids like, oh, I'm so young and trendy. But here's Greg Basinski, like looking hot as fuck in his 40s or 50s, whatever he is. I don't know many older guys like that. I don't know of any of them that sit there and take selfies like he does. But he also does have a brand connected to his name. So Beard Brand has made a really good name for itself. And I've been following it since going on my beard growth journey. So yeah, I really like Greg Basinski's stuff, and you should check him out if you haven't already. If you're watching this, I'd be very surprised if you hadn't already heard of him, but you know, he's cool. And now for stereotype number 3. The Metalhead. Why I see off, I will kill everything. Okay, the Metalhead. I know I've known plenty of these. Long, unkept looking hair. Dreadlocks are also common. Obviously loves metal music and bands. Can sometimes be confused as gothic to ignorant people. There's lots of those. Has tattoos and piercings. Wears rugged outfits and loves a good headbang and hair whip. Literally known probably about 4 or 5 people in my life. The one thing about these metalheads as well is I noticed people that listen to metal music are usually the calmest, most like, hey, and chill people I've ever met. And I really, really like that, because I'm like, how can you listen to that really intense music and then be so calm, you know? Like, I don't know how it works, but I don't know. I really get along with metalheads for some reason, but I'm not one myself. There's only probably like a handful of metal songs that I'm kind of like, oh yeah. And that, you know, that random Iron Maiden singlet that I wear. As for where we see this stereotype in mainstream, obviously metal bands that are huge, like Lamb of God, you've got Iron Maiden, you've got Slipknot. There's so many that I probably don't even know. I'm just naming the ones off the top of my head that I do know. Oh, Dark Cell. So Dark Cell is actually a Gold Coast band and run by my friend Jesse, or he's the lead singer of it. I worked with him at Hard Rock Cafe. Really got along with him as well. Matches this stereotype to a T. But yeah, it's usually musicians, and then if it's not the musicians, all you gotta do is look at the crowd at the musicians concert, and then you'll see all the metalheads as well. They're just very distinct. So for stereotype number 4, we've got the rugged buggy guy. Typical characteristics of this stereotype: scruffy hair and beard, ripped as fuck, handsome as fuck, has a few pictures on Instagram with his motorcycle and looks amazing, clearly doesn't give a fuck about anything, and loves eating and making you wonder, where the heck do you put that? Where do we see this stereotype in mainstream media? Well, typical example and number 1 example would be Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa! Fucking love that guy. I follow him on Instagram now, and he's really beautiful. I really like his look. That we've also got Chris Hemsworth too. Chris Hemsworth, by default, doesn't have the long hair. Like, he doesn't rock that look all the time. He's actually, like, clean-shaven, clean-cut, handsome, whatever. But as Thor, he really rocked that look and kind of gives me that biker, scruffy guy vibe. And also Brock O'Hearn, who got famous from social media. Like, he's actually... Oh, and I think he's done a bit of modeling and filming and things like that. But Brock O'Hearn is definitely another key one. If you look at any of their Instagrams, you'll see all the things I mentioned as well. And now for stereotype number 5, the gender bender. So the gender bender is probably one of my favorite stereotypes out there, just because it's so outrageous, and I love outrageous. Typical characteristics of this stereotype are love makeup and outrageous looks, absolutely beautiful hair, loves taking absolutely everything to the extreme, and hates the idea of labels and wants the world to know about it. Now, in mainstream media, where do we see this stereotype a lot? The first one I thought of was Jeffree Star. So Jeffree Star has a very androgynous look. Like, I could imagine some people would look at him and go, is that a boy or a girl? And I think it's happened his whole life. And part of him kind of loves that. I've been following Jeffree since the MySpace days, actually, when I was old enough to have it at what, like 12. Jeffrey has come a really long way and has not changed one bit. He's still gender warped as fuck, but still identifies as Jeffrey. And I think that's really cool. Other people on the scene, so there's that one drag queen that did the Eurovision singing, Conchita Wurst. I think the guy's real name is Tom Wurst or Tom Weirst or something like that. Always wore like some feminine dress outfit, had hair very similar to mine, and like a huge beard, right? Like kind of looks just like how I look right now, but would wear dresses and really high heels. So you could very clearly tell that this was a male, but you look at the outfit and you're like, what the hell is going on here? Wow, okay, cool. Kind of like with drag queens, as Conchita, she's Conchita, and that she goes by her. She goes by Tom. He goes by Tom. Whatever. Another few that I have seen just on the Instagram platform. So all of you know I love Lithinium Snow. He's been featured in a few of my videos. Well, I've featured his pictures because he's such good inspiration, I feel. But he is also another one. Plays with makeup, plays with his hairstyles. He's a very good hairstylist. With him, you never know what you're gonna get. Like you might one day get really feminine, really sassy, and then other days he can give you really masculine and really boss. And it's like, whoa, you're just so dynamic. And then with his makeup artistry as well, he's just like the whole package. I really love the helicopter hair thing he did, actually. That's a really good video. And then other ones as well, like Elio. I've featured him before as well. Always got some sort of outrageous look going on. And you know what? To these guys, I'm like, you do you, boo. You do you. Wish I was brave enough. Now let's move on to the next stereotype. And now, the hipster. Typical characteristics of the hipster are hangs out in cafes and loves a lot of coffee. Sometimes wears big frame glasses that make you think, are those even prescription? Wears tight-fitted jeans with some floral shirt that's got a few buttons undone up the top. Or if they're not wearing that, it's something way out there that nobody else thought of and they were just too cool. Also, loves a ciggy because it looks cool. Drinks green smoothies, so if anyone calls him out for smoking, he can say, life is all about balance, man. And can be found in Byron Bay. This is very true. I mean, not just Byron Bay, it's just like a classic place that you would find this guy. Anyway, so those are the main characteristics that I pointed out with this hipster stereotype. Where we actually see these stereotypes in mainstream media, it'll usually be some sort of Instagrammer, because all the things I just listed, they're very lifestyle based. So an influencer portraying those things is just, it just seems to be the thing. And there's two that nail this stereotype like crazy: Hank Gee and Giaro Giratana. If you go and look at their Instagram profiles, insane how well they match exactly what I just said. Stereotype number 7 is the beach bum. So the beach bum stereotype loves surfing. Hair is usually unkept and really blonde from sun bleaching. Never has a shirt on. Has really tan skin or beautifully tan skin. Usually has a hot as fuck girlfriend. Wears board shorts like all the time and is a bit of a daredevil. Where do we find these in mainstream media? Well, as of like official celebrities, I guess my first pick is Jay Alvarez really a celebrity? Yes, he is, of course. Okay. He's like a social media celebrity for sure. And Jay Alvarez was definitely on the list. Like everything I just listed, it is him to a T. Never got a shirt on. Beautiful girls, everything, okay? Another one that I thought matched this profile well, just in the surfing world, was Mark Occhilupo. So he was a world champ, and in his younger days, I don't think he has this hair now, but he really matched the whole like beach bum, blonde surfer sort of vibe. And he's not really like world famous. Well, if he's a world champ, of course he's world famous, but he's just not like, not everyone's like, oh, Mark he's no Cardi B. Knows him that well. I mean, the surfing industry does. Anywho, those are my 2 top picks. I'm open to hearing who your beach bum picks are. Not sending me beach bum pics. And now for stereotype number 8, the vegan. This one was going to be interesting all along. So typical characteristics of the vegan: can be very opinionated, very passionate about animal welfare, likes to be as natural as possible, had a crazy awakening at some point and saw the meat industry for what it really is, and goes to the length of protesting. Okay, now the mainstream media person that I saw for this, there's no real like super famous people, but the biggest guy I could find on social media, who I'm actually following now, is Earthling Ed. I'm a bit like torn with this one because I actually, you know, he's standing up for what he believes in. Veganism's his thing, and he really comes from the standpoint of save the animals. It's really hard for me to articulate this, but like with this stereotype, and I've come across a few of them, like in real life, and then Earthling Ed is another. I just get this feeling when they're talking to me like I'm a dumb shit or I don't know something. Do you know what I mean? I can't, and when I watch his stuff, there's just this tone that rubs me up the wrong way that he has, and it's like, you're doing the wrong thing, you know? Everything he's saying, I'm like, it's coming soon, he's gonna say it. He's gonna tell me I'm wrong at some point. And it might never come in the videos that I've watched, but it's just this tone. And a lot of vegans that I've seen protest, or any protesting kind of person that likes to do that, they all have this certain tone about them. I got the same thing from Amity people, like that walk on the streets and pretend to be all nice to you, and then they get talking with you, and then they just strike you down with their opinion, and you're like, ah, and they're like, you should donate now. You're doing the wrong thing. What about all the people? Like, they go about it the complete wrong way. At least with Earthling Ed, he's doing like, he does do the protests and stuff, which I think's a bit in your face, but he is also using social media really well, and I don't know, there's that tone. I still can't get over that tone. When I watch him, I'm always like, when are you gonna tell me I'm wrong? And that's all we have time for today. That's 8, right? And I already had a lot to say. I could actually there was probably 2 more that I could have gone on with, but I didn't want this video to be too long. So if there are any stereotypes that I clearly missed in this video, make sure you list them in the comment section below. And don't forget to go and check out the T. Shanley link in the description as well, where you can get a mega discount on keeping your skin nice and clear. Till then, also the Facebook group entry point will be in the description box too, along with the subreddit that we've just created, which we're still waiting on some cool content to come through on. Like, I'm just sitting there waiting, like, when are we gonna get this party started? Do I have to do something here? I don't know. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you there, okay? Catch you later, guys. Bye.